People hate authentic people because authenticity can't be replicated. And believe it or not, most people in the world are not operating in their authenticity. They're copying someone. So they're replicating someone else's personality who they admire or who they're jealous of. So when you come across someone who is authentic, authenticity is almost like someone's fingerprint. That person who admires that authentic person but also hates them at the same time is frustrated because they can't replicate what is so unique to that authentic person.
Everybody wants to be authentic until they actually meet someone who is truly authentic, and then they fucking hate their guts. And that's because authenticity is not rewarded. It is actually punishable by society, because authentic people are just truly themselves. They're not trying to be like anybody else. They're not trying to be different. They're not trying to have outrageous opinions just to be different. Authentic people are just themselves. They are going to say what's on their mind. They're a little intense and quirky. They would rather confront the issues versus overthinking. And this is what society hates, because society has been indoctrinated into believing that authenticity should look, act, and behave a certain way. But authenticity does not have a sexual preference. It does not have a social status. And as someone who has been teaching people and coaching people on confidence, I can tell you right now that you cannot be a confident person if you are not an authentic person. And authentic people are just themselves.
When you are an authentic individual, people can't put you in a box, and society loves boxes. Society loves when they can put you in a little box and put you in a corner somewhere and be able to label you as what they're comfortable labeling you as. Being inauthentic literally creates a hostile environment for yourself because you're not being genuine. For me, being genuine just comes with my personality type. Because I am neurodivergent, I cannot fake it. If I do fake it, you're going to be able to tell. I'm a terrible liar. For the most part, I am a very straightforward, authentic person. And so I can't be phony. And so I find that a lot of neurodivergent people who are extremely authentic also tend to have a hard time in social settings that require you to be phony. What are some of these social settings? The workplace. The workplace is a breeding ground for mind-numbing, neurotypical people who are faking it with everyone. They're faking it with their boss, their coworkers, their subordinates. They're not showing you the real them. They're acting, they're pretending. And the reason why they're able to climb the corporate ladders and climb the ranks in that job is because they're great at pretending, they're great at putting on a show to get what it is that they want. And some people may not have a problem with that. Some people may see that as just a part of the game. They charge it to the game of corporate America and becoming something within a job and within a workplace. But if you're anything like me, you struggle with this because it feels like you're not being genuine to yourself. It feels like you're being disingenuous to yourself and to the people around you. It almost feels criminal to be phony to the people around you. It doesn't feel morally just. It doesn't feel okay to act like you like somebody just so that they give you a peer review, or pretend like you are someone's friend so they can give you a positive peer review, or smile in your boss's face and take all their crap and be their doormat and smile and wave and just take it all and be phony and never give feedback and never tell people the real because you're so afraid of stepping on toes or not getting that promotion. I'm sorry, I've never been that type of person. I'm not going to surrender my dignity to be accepted in a place, to be given a raise, to be given some type of title that is literally man-made and not real, has nothing to do with who I am as a person or what my value and worth is outside of the workplace. So for me to go into a workplace and play all these charades and shenanigans and basically like play into the corporate circus, it just feels very disingenuous. And that's the thing about authentic people. We cannot align with things if they're not genuine to who we are. It literally feels like you're doing a disservice to yourself by faking it with people. And like the girl in the video said, everyone wants to be authentic, but they don't realize what comes with it. Like, there are a lot of people that are pretending to be original, pretending to be someone they're not. And it's just like, you realize that real authentic people are scrutinized in society. Like, real authentic people are gaslit. They're the face of smear campaigns. They're manipulated. They're lied on. They're mistreated. And you think that just pretending or acting like you're this outgoing person, you're so bubbly and quirky, like you're trying to put on this facade and this act that you're this person when you're not. and pretending that this is who you authentically are because you think that's what's going to get you followers or what's going to get you fame and notoriety. It's actually laughable because guess what? The real authentic people who are showing up every day unapologetically themselves get punished. Everyone talks about pretty punishment, but let's talk about authenticity punishment. Let's talk about originality punishment. Let's talk about how when you walk into a room and you are yourself, you're not hiding who you are, your personality is big and bold, or maybe you're introverted, but you're very intellectual and you don't mind showing how smart you are to people, even if the room is full of dummies. You know, maybe your light just shines so brightly and you can't help but just be that funny, quirky person that you are. You're being authentic, but guess what? There are people in the room that are burning holes into the back of your head because they hate that you're showing up as who you are. People don't want to talk about that. The world always likes to promote this idea of be yourself. Being yourself is the best. But when people are actually themselves, what does the world do to people who are themselves? The world literally crucifies, modern day hangs people on a cross and crucifies them for showing up as who they are naturally. That's why you can always tell when someone is faking their authenticity when they are liked by everyone, because that means that they're fitting themselves into a mold everywhere they go. If they're hanging out with this group today, they're molding themselves to be someone who's likable within that group. If they're hanging out with another group tomorrow, they're going to mold themselves into what that group wants them to be so that they can be accepted in that group. It's not real. It's not real. It's survival. Those people are trying to survive and trying to find people who they can rely on and use. And so authenticity punishment is real because people don't like when you are yourself. It makes them uncomfortable. It highlights the parts of them that are not being genuine, which really is the meat and potatoes of all of this. You know, you being genuine and you being your authentic self highlights the parts of them that aren't being their genuine self. When I see another beautiful woman being herself, shining brightly, taking up space in rooms where typically she wouldn't, or better yet, I'm seeing a neurodivergent girly do this, it fills my heart with joy because I feel healed seeing these women show up in their authenticity. On the flip side, when you are a jealous, envious, threatened, insecure person and you see someone who is showing up, being themselves, taking up space, not being unapologetically them, you get mad at it. You bully them. People like that who are insecure, threatened, and not being genuine to their authenticity, they bully women who are showing up as who they are. So, my question to society is which is it? Which one do you want genuinely? Do you want someone who is authentic and who may make you uncomfortable here and there? Who may ruffle some feathers and make you look yourself in the mirror and wonder, you know, how you can be more of an original person yourself and maybe trigger you into doing the work on yourself? Or are we going to punish beautiful women, punish authentic women, and continue to push them down into the dirt and make them feel inadequate and make them feel like they don't belong in certain spaces and bully them out of their pride in themselves and isolate them and put them in smear campaigns and try to make it so that they don't have any allies or any people on their side? You know, which is it? What does society want from people for real? I'm so confused because from young, I've heard people say, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. But when I am myself, I am met with a lot of opposition. I am met with a lot of pushback. I am met with a lot of naysayers and people who try to tease me and make me feel bad for being myself. And then when I try to be like everyone else and put myself in a box and be normal, quote unquote normal and typical, then everybody else wants to pretend like they're this authentic person and they're so different and they're so unique. And it's just like, so when the neurodivergent girlies who are genuinely authentic tone it down, that's when everyone else just wants to become unapologetically them and unapologetically authentic now. It's actually disgusting. And I've seen this happen a lot in my life where I've been bullied for being myself, for being outgoing, for being very charismatic, for being very animated and funny. And the same people that have bullied me have turned around and tried to put my personality on. They've tried to literally wear my personality and wear my essence like a costume. And it's like, damn, so it's not that me being my authentic self is bad. It's that you wanted to be that. You wanted that. You want to be authentic. You want to shine brightly and be all of the things that I am because I'm just showing up as myself. You just didn't want me to be that. Interesting. Noted. Clock it. Clock it. That's really what it is, ladies. And so here's my reminder to all the authentic, beautiful women out there and all my neurodivergent girlies who naturally are being themselves, naturally the blueprint, naturally original. Do not let these people trick you out of your spot. Authenticity is literally sometimes a meal ticket these days. Social media loves to see someone being themselves, shining brightly, and being pioneers in whatever space they're in. And sometimes you have to shake things up to make big bags, to get big opportunities, to be noticed and admired and revered by people in society. And so never let someone talk you out of being your authentic self, because that could be your next claim to fame. That could be how you feed your family. That could be how you build a legacy and build a name for yourself. I'll be damned if someone tries to trick me out of my spot because of who I was made to be by the Most High. So here's your friendly reminder. If you are toning yourself down, if you've been toning yourself down, playing it small, playing it safe, because someone is punishing you for being yourself, I'm going to challenge you to not care. I'm going to challenge you to tune those people out and to stand up and continue to boldly be who you are naturally. Because if they had a chance to switch places with you, they absolutely would. Drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.